And he was very clean. When I say clean, this guy was very, very clean. His perfume was smelling good. Oh my god. Hey, the guy is so cute. Guys, I needed to drink this water because today's story is hot. Today's story is so hot and it's choking. Guys, I needed to drink this cold water to be calming myself down. You have no idea. Hey, this story, where do I start from? Okay, let me start with the background. I'm from family of two, and my mother is a single parent. I lost my father when I was 14, and when my father was alive, my mom was a housewife. Yes, and so after my father passed away, my mother started a business. She started a business, they call it Mama Puts. I don't know if you're not from Nigeria. Mama Put means where somebody that sells food along the road. Yes, along the, or not necessarily along the road, but by the roadside. People that sell food by the roadside. As you have cooked, like as if your kitchen is outside. People are coming. Your mama putting, mama whatever put for me. Mama Nkechi put, so mama put. I think that's where they got that name, Mama Put. So my mother was doing Mama Put to help train me and my brother. My brother was 12. So we have so my mother has a lot of customers. She was doing well, and customers will come from offices, some people coming to buy from the market, some even there was this university around, students come around to come and buy food. So my mother was actually doing well, at her own level, helping to train me and my brother after my father's death. So we had very good customers, and there's this particular one that comes around. Anytime he comes around, he will buy a lot. He'll buy a lot. After buying, he will dash me money, dash my brother money, and all that. Maybe when he sends me to go and buy him water, I come back, he will give me more money. So my mother liked him because whenever he comes around, he buys food for people around, and also dashes me money. So it was one of the good customers my mother had during that time. So guys, and he was very clean. When I say clean, this guy was very, very clean. His perfume was smelling good. Oh my god. Hey, the guy is so cute. So is a kind of man anybody would like. And there was this day he came around and told my mother that he likes me, he will want to marry me and all that. My mom was like, what? Marry her? She's still a very young girl who don't mind the way she's just all grown up, looking so beautiful. I was very beautiful. I am still beautiful anyway. So my mother was like, my daughter is just 15. You cannot she can't do anything now. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do anything. I just want to take care of her school fees, anything take care of her till she's due to, you know, she's big enough for us to get married. But let me just start taking care of her. My mother she was a single mother. Somebody helping her. The husband's brother were not helping. Nobody was helping her. Only her struggling by herself. So she has to accept the offer. Since he warned the guy, please don't do anything to my daughter. And I have seen you, you're a nice guy. Please don't do anything to my daughter. And the guy was like, trust me, your daughter is in good hands. And he started taking care of me. That was how he started. He started paying for my school fees. He put me in a big school. You know, my brother, he helps out with my brother's school fees and all that. So that's how we continued. I got into a university. He put me in a very big university. Yes, I won't mention name. If I mention name, some of my students will know that I am the one. So I don't want to mention the school, but it is a big school. It was one of these big schools. I must tell you, when you talk about Doen, you talk about let me not mention the particular school, but it's not Doen anymore. So where during that time, far back that time, they were paying 500,000. Now it's 2 million. You can per term, you can imagine. That's what he was paying. And so to my mother, this is a God sent. So we continued, and when I was 18, he now was like, we have to do the thing. So this fateful day, we did the deed. But what happened was that day he cleaned me with this white handkerchief. I was young, I didn't know what that meant anyway, so I didn't feel anything. But the next month, when my period came, the period was flowing too much. It will be dropping in blocks. You have no idea. Gosh. So whenever this will be happening, but one thing I noticed is that anytime I'm in my period, he will monitor me. He must be around. He must be around. And I'm like, are you not feeling anyhow? If it takes me 10 days for my period to last, he will be with me, put me in a hotel for that period. You can imagine, every month I must be in a hotel for 10 days that thing will last. Every day he comes, takes care of me and all that. But during that 10 days, one particular day, I noticed that one of those days he must clean me with that white handkerchief. So this continued happening and all that, and I'll be asking some of my students, is this how your period flows and all that? Before now it wasn't like that. Is it how your period? Nobody, have never seen anybody saying that this is the same thing that happens to them. So it continued during my final year. This was too much. The pain, the pain was something else. So this continued, and I told my mother about it, and she was like, since this happens all the time, maybe that's how your period flows and all that. And I'm like, before now it has not been flowing like this. I'm just noticing this, and for all these years this is what I've been going through, and the pain is not here. The pain is something else. It's like as if they have taken my womb out. During that period, he will pamper me. Oh my goodness. But this continued to happen. That period, he built house for my mother, bought me car and all that. But you can imagine every month what I go through. So after my uni, I couldn't take it anymore because he was not advancing to marry me. That's another thing. He wasn't advancing to marry me or anything. He was just being nice, and that is it. Can you imagine? So I now told my mom, no, I can't even take this anymore. Guys, I have to drink. I told my mom, I can't take this anymore. My mom was so furious. She was like, somebody that have done all this for us, this one, that one. No, 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 no. I should continue. He will marry me. If there was anything, he has been by me. He will do this. I told my mom, no. How many years? If this guy wants to marry, he would have married me, and I will not continue. And see, I have noticed that during my period, one of those days that he must clean me with one handkerchief. I don't know why. I don't want to continue again. I don't know if he's using my period for rituals. I don't want to continue anymore. My mother said, no, this is one of these days, one of these months, I made sure he never cleaned me with the handkerchief. And that month, he had accident and a lot of things happened to him that month. That was when I decided and said, no, no, no. This must have a connection. This man's money must have a connection between me and this my period. So I said, no. There was this my classmate. She said, we have to go and meet one woman that would now tell us everything we want. This woman was like, oh my goodness, this man has been using you, and he has been using you for rituals and all that. He will enrich himself. And that was how I said no. The woman said, if you continue with him, he will not even get married to you. He has been doing this to other women. But, that's why he makes sure he takes care of them. Somebody that takes care of a woman like that, he takes good care of me. Very good care of me. And so he has been taking care of other girls and all that, doing the same thing to them. So the woman said that man will not get married to anybody. So I should choose to either stop the relationship or continue whatever I want. And I'm like, no, I can't go ahead with this. I have to end this relationship. If there was anything my mother was gaining, she has gained enough. Out of school, my brother is out of school, we can start from there and all that. So that was how I said I wasn't going to continue the relationship anymore. I had to change, go to another state, because I don't want to be seeing him anymore. I don't want anything that will have to do with him anymore. And from there, I got married to another man, and the flow has not been flowing like that, but I haven't had a child since then, so that's the problem I've been having. That's why I decided to bring this story to you, to tell the story on your channel, so that some people will understand and know what we are going through, and that this is a real story. And if there's anybody that have any solution, they can drop that in the comment section. I'll always come back to come and see the comments. I'll always come and check the comments to see if anybody have any advice for me. So guys, that's how the story went. If you have any story you want me to share on my channel, go ahead and drop that with me. You can drop it on my email, or you can drop it with me on my Instagram. If you want to drop it to my email, you just type ezikeuloma@gmail.com, and I'll be so happy to tell your story on my channel. I have a lot of stories I'm going to be sharing, so just calm down and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit the notification bell icon so that you don't miss any of my stories. and also I do shower routines. So make sure you subscribe and become part of the family, guys. Yes. Okay, see you in my next video. Bye.